Hello everyone, I'm Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle. This battle is going to be in the OU tier for the first time in a while, I think. I could be wrong on that. But anyways, my opponent is actually going to be a very new opponent actually, because I've actually never faced this person before. This is going to be my 70th battle, and I figure why not face someone completely new, and this was the perfect time to do it actually. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how it's been already 70 battles in this game, because I think for the longest time Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire has been like the game where I played the most battles in all honesty, but now Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is just taking over basically, because in this game now I have over 70 battles posted on my channel. It's crazy, and if you include the Draft League battles as well, that's even more. But anyways, my opponent for this battle is actually going to be Mew2fanNate. This guy is actually he's like me, and he's kind of like a Wi-Fi battler. He just does Wi-Fi battles, like streams, both on Twitch and YouTube. But he's also very well known in the Draft League community as well, because he's also one of those popular Draft League battlers who participate in those popular Draft Leagues, kind of like Mr. Talent. In Nate's case, he's actually been in popular leagues like the XBL, a league created by Papacy. He's been in the P4G, a league created by Kyle. He's been in the APA, a league commissioned by Miticus. I think there are some other ones. I don't remember all of them, but yeah, I know he's in several popular leagues right now. And yeah, but I didn't know he was a Wi-Fi battle streamer at all. It wasn't until I looked at his channel that I actually realized that he was actually a Wi-Fi battler. So I was like, hey, we got to do some Wi-Fi battles. He was also the only one doing Wi-Fi battles, so I was like, yeah, I need to battle as many people as I can, because it's kind of hard to find battles nowadays. But here we go. So this is going to be the teams that I brought. This team, I'm pretty sure you people are all familiar with. The Mimikyu is actually going to have a slight change, and that's particularly the Z Crystal, because, you know, Mimikyu Z is a censored move, unless I'm partnered with someone that actually has rights to use the Mimikyu Z, but that's not the case right now, so yeah, I'm going to give it Ghost TMZ in this battle. His team is actually really scary, because he has a Victini, he has a Kartana, he has a Mega Lopunny, he has a Rabombi, again, a Rabombi, and he has Excadrill and Gyarados. So, with all that said, I'm hoping that this Rabombi that he has here doesn't end up being a freaking Sticky Webs user, because looking at the composition of his team, it looks like that Rabombi is just literally there just to set up the Sticky Webs, and then just freaking sweep with Kartana or Victini or something. But anyways, here we go. This is a battle. He's going to lead off with Victini. I'm going to lead off with Zapdos. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. This was kind of risky because if his Victini was Scarf, this is essentially a speed tie. And I'm just going to have to risk it. I do win it, and I actually do get some damage off of this Victini with Volt Switch. It does quite an amount. But I'm going to Hard Switch into Garchomp right here to take a potential V-Create. Because this is my Bulk Jump, by the way. And after going for this U-turn, it's going to take a lot more damage from the Rocky Helmet and the Rough Skin. I love this Garchomp set, by the way. It's actually a lot better in my opinion than the Scarf set that we've been seeing everywhere. Not lately, but every time I see a Garchomp, it's always been Scarfed, so yeah. But yeah, here he's going to go into this damn Rabombi. Now, I was thinking, okay, Sticky Webs time, so I'm going to go straight into Tapu Fini so I can defog the Sticky Webs. Annoyingly enough, this Rabombi also turns out to not be a freaking Sticky Webs variant, and instead is a Quiver Dancing variant once again, which is like, wow. This Rabombi is literally just to jabay people into thinking they're gonna go for Sticky Webs, and then they result to be freaking Quiver Dancing. Is this the niche behind freaking Rabombi? Is that they just 50-50 you into thinking, oh, it's Sticky Webs or it's Quiver Dance? Yeah, like damn, that's annoying. Here I went for Taunt just to make sure he does not go for more Quiver Dances. He thankfully went for Moonblast there instead of just going for another Quiver Dance, actually. So he's only at +1 at everything right now. Unfortunately for me though, I don't have a lot of switch-ins to Moonblast, so I have to actually just stay in with Tapu Fini and just go for Nature's Madnesses, and then just spam Surf until... Actually, I just went for Nature's Madnesses until this thing killed me, honestly. So I was able to get some nice chip right here. And then here, after leftovers, I'm definitely going to be able to take at least one more Moonblast, unless he crits me or something. And then I can get another Nature's Madness off, because after +1, Surf is not going to do anything, honestly. So yeah, I went for another Nature's Madness just to cut its HP even more in half within half, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so now Finny's just going to go down, which sucks, because, you know, Finny is Finny. So after losing Finny, I'm just going to go straight into Mimikyu. because Mimikyu is literally my only priority user, and Rabombi's at +1 speed, so it literally outspeeds everything on my team. So I had to go into Mimikyu here and just go straight for the Shadow Snake. I was hoping that from where it was at, it takes it out. So, and thankfully it is. And thankfully he didn't switch it out and preserved it or something. So I do take out Rabonga, which is really, really good. But now I think here is where he goes into Excadrill. Now this is actually scary because he can Iron Head me, flinch me, remove my disguise, and then I just lose. So I'm gonna hard switch out and go straight into Garchomp. I say this because I'm kind of suspecting this Excadrill to be Scarfed. He does go for Toxic though, so maybe not. I could be super wrong on that. But I was definitely thinking it was Scarfed at the time because he just sent it in against my Mimikyu. So here, Garchomp, I switch it in. He does take a Toxic. I think what I do here is just go for my Rocks because I didn't think he'd want to stay in on an Earthquake. He does send in this damn Gyarados. I went for Stealth Rocks instead of Toxicking because, I don't know. Oh yeah, because I just really wanted these rocks up because there's some Mons on his team, this Gyarados namely, and also the Victini are weak to rocks, so I wanted to at least cripple him every time he switches out. Plus he switches out a lot too, so it's like I can cripple him very, very well with the rocks if I get them up. I hard switch into Zapdos right here because I was thinking maybe he'll go for Dragon Dance, and that's exactly what he does. Now here I went for Thunderbolt because I was thinking, or was it Volt Switch? One of the two. I went for an electrical move for sure here. I didn't want to play around with a +1 Dragon Dance. So, but he's gonna unfortunately predict that and actually go straight into the Excadrill. So he already knows that this Zapdos is scarred. Either that or he just thought that I can take a hit with Zapdos. Either way, I went for Thunderbolt, and now here I'm forced to switch out because I am scarfed on this Zapdos. And he's gonna get a free Rapid Spin here. I go into Lopunny. In retrospect, I probably should have just gone into Garchomp again so that he get punished for Rapid Spinning and I can just get my rocks back up. But I think the reason why I didn't send it in was because I didn't want to take toxic damage as well. And he just go back into Gyarados again, just to repeat the same process. So yeah, I just went into Lopunny instead, so that he doesn't just try to bring in Gyarados. Now here, he does switch out, and I did anticipate a switch, so I went for Power Punch, but I was not expecting this Victini, honestly. So yeah, this Power Punch, like I thought the Gyarados was going to come, that's why I went for Power Punch, because if he goes for the Intimidate, I'd just be able to still be neutralized with Power Punch, and then just go for Return, and possibly take out the Gyarados, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So here I just go into Garchomp now, and take a V-Create, because that's exactly what he goes for this time. So I was about to stay in there and just go for Return, because I was at +1 now, but now I was just like, nah, what if he stays in and goes for Zen Headbutt? He went for V-Create, which is even better for me actually, because now his speed's down, and I can probably outspeed this thing now. But what he's gonna do actually is he's actually gonna switch back into Gyarados. I think I went for my rocks once again, because if he takes out my Garchomp, at least I want to have my rocks up. So he goes into Gyarados right here. No rocks, unfortunately, for him, because the rocks were removed earlier. I had to put them back up. Now here, this is where the play gets kind of risky. I decided to go for Toxic on this Gyarados right now, and I know I don't outspeed it because this is a bulky chomp. So I was hoping he does not go for the substitute here. He thankfully does not. He actually just goes for Dragon Dance once again, so I was fine with that. I wanted to put Toxic on this thing so that I can put it on a timer and doesn't get away with just sweeping me, because if he does, that's the whole game. I've had terrible history with Gyarados. Like, they've always managed to get a Dragon Dance up, and unfortunately there's just never any way I can get around it in most cases. But in this case, I was able to at least get this thing on a timer, so that way he cannot just get away with sweeping. So he does try to go for a second Dragon Dance here, thinking he'll probably be able to take a hit and then just go for more attacks on everything on my team. But what I do with this Garchomp is just go straight for the Dragon Tail and just phase his sorry face out of here. I phased him in the Kartana, which is fine with me, because what I'm going to do right here now is just let this Garchomp go down to Toxic. That was really, really good that I actually... This put me in a very good position, because this Toxic actually gives me now the switch initiative, and I decided to go into Zapdos right here. Now, because I do not want to play around with a flipping Kartana of all things, I'm just going to go straight for the Heat Wave. Not a whole lot switches in the Heat Wave very well, aside from Victini, and Victini is kind of crippled at this point, so... And doesn't come in safely on rocks either. His only chance is to go into Excadrill and just go down to the freaking rocks here. Okay, but here, interestingly enough, he's going to go into Gyarados once again. I'm going to go for another Heat... actually, no, I switch out, because I don't want to take a freaking Ice Fang from this Gyarados. I go into Ferrothorn. He ends up going for the Z freaking Flyinium Z, which is kind of odd. I don't know why he'd go for that on a Zapdos, in all honesty. Maybe he just wanted to see if I'd stay in and go for Thunderbolt. Which, if he does, he'd get a free switch into Excadrill, which I did not want, because he will definitely Rapid Spin and get rid of my rocks, and I didn't want that. because I need the rocks up so that his Victini goes down on switching, because his Victini pretty much goes down on switching to rocks. But he still has a chance to keep that thing around if he gets rid of the rocks with Rapid Spin from the Excadrill. So yeah, here he went for that, and here I do something interesting. He's gonna go for bounce once again. I don't get Leech Seed off on this thing because, yeah, he flew away basically, kind of. So here I'm going to be switching out, and I'm going to go back into Zapdos to resist the bounce. I don't have to worry about paralysis because Zapdos is an electric type. Electric types are immune to paralysis after all. And here, I think here's where I think I go for Heat Wave. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I think I go for Heat Wave because I think this Gyarados after Toxic is actually going to be put in range where I can conceivably go for a Heat Wave and just take it out. Yeah, as you can see right here, he's on a smidgen of HP left. I can just confidently go for the Heat Wave here. He is going to predict me to go for Thunderbolt nonetheless and go straight into Excadrill. And I was like, oh yeah, this is good, because now I could just potentially take this thing out with Heat Wave. I think I take it out because I am offensive, and most defensive variants can take it out. Unfortunately though, I do freaking miss. So now this Excadrill is going to be around more longer just to potentially still be able to get the Rapid Spin off, so that his Victini, which I think it's Scarf at this point, will be able to still be able to clean up with the Big Read and get around my Zapdos, because my Zapdos right now is his biggest threat because it's Scarfed and can hit a lot of his team really, really hard. Here he's going to go into Lopunny. Now this is really, really kind of bad. Okay, so I wanted to switch out Zapdos here, and I went into Ferrothorn because I was thinking this might be the fake out variant of Lopunny, because why else would he send it in on my potentially Scarfed Zapdos? I think at this point he should know that I'm Scarfed. But what he ends up doing right here, unfortunately, is predict me to switch out, and he goes for his own Power Punch. Now, at first I thought this Power Punch wasn't a big deal because, first of all, this Lopunny gets crippled by what's it called? Iron Barbs. And if he has Drain Punch, well, which he's not going to go for here because I'm pretty sure he just wants to get the +2 with Power Punch. I still have Mimikyu in the back of the team, which can just go for Play Rough, so I just gotta not miss it, obviously. So here, I'm just letting him take out my Ferrothorn because I figured, yeah, I could just go for into Mimikyu now and just go for the Play Rough and not have to worry about anything because I still have the Disguise up, so it's a +2, but I don't have to worry about it because it's behind the Disguise. So here he's gonna stay in and go for the return. Now this told me instantly that he just wants me to miss Play Rough here, and unfortunately. And unfortunately for him, that is exactly what happens. I missed the freaking Play Rough, which is unfortunate because now I actually am gonna get swept by this Lopunny. Actually, now that I think about it, no, actually, yeah, I do get swept by this Lopunny. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send out my own Lopunny. In retrospect, I think this was not the right play. Reason why was because, yeah, I lose the Speed tie as well because that's my luck. And plus, I think I'm overdue for a Speed tie loss because I think I've been winning a lot of Speed ties in the past anyways. But the thing was that I think in retrospect, because my Zapdos was Scarfed, I think I should have went into Zapdos, gone for Volt Switch, and then sack Lopunny. And then bring back Zapdos, and then lock myself into Heat Wave. Because I think after a Volt Switch, I think this Heat Wave would have been able to take out the Lopunny. But the problem was that that strat would have been a 50-50 as well, because if he predicts Volt Switch and just goes into his Excadrill, he'd just be in a better position basically. He'd get the Rapid Spin off because I'd have to switch in Lopunny, which means that then he'll be able to bring Victini, which is Scarfed, and potentially win the Speed tie against my Zapdos and then beat me. So I mean, that last sequence, had I made some alternative plays, I mean, I feel like it would have still all been just 50-50, so it was crazy. So honestly, the only thing that mattered in this battle, in the outcome of this battle, was just the freaking miss on the Play Rough from Mimikyu. Because without that miss, that Lopunny would have just gone down. Unfortunately, because it freaking missed, I just got swept by Lopunny in return, so oh well, what are you gonna do? So that's gonna be the whole game. Good game to Mew2fanNate. And check out his channel in the description, because he's a pretty cool fella. He and I actually follow each other on Twitter, which is actually kind of surprising. I didn't even think he'd do that, honestly, but I guess he's a nice person, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we need more people like that in the world, so feel free to check him out. I'll leave all of his handles in the description below so you guys can check out his content. But with all that said, I'm gonna get out now. I'll catch you guys all later. For now, just take it easy.